I would say the reason a lot of people look at us as an offensive powerhouse is we hit. We hit. It doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter the inning. We could be down however many runs in the bottom of the ninth. There's always a chance. It's a good chance that we'll come back.
We get it done. We get it done. No matter what, we get it done.
You know, over the last couple of years, we've hit a lot of home runs. I think we were top 5 the last 2 years.
But what this team does better than almost anybody in college baseball is hit the long ball. 120 for the year. Only Tennessee has more.
We've had some guys that, you know, like Shaw, that have gone high in the draft, and people that have really put up some good numbers. Luke Schliger and Bubba Eileen and Nick LaRusso and all those guys that have gotten a lot of national recognition for their hitting ability.
You see all the articles about the offensive side of Maryland, but I really think it defines what Coach Swope has done with the program.
Yeah, Swope has made this a hitting program.
It's the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Swope.
It's a new era for the University of Maryland baseball program. Matt Swope was officially introduced as the new head coach. You played at Maryland, you coached at Maryland, and now it's your responsibility to take this program to another level.
I dedicate a lot of my success to Matt Swope.
I'm fully convinced Swope is the best hitting coach. I don't think there's anybody better than him.
Everything about College Park, everything about the University of Maryland has kind of shaped who I am as a person, and it's been woven into the fabric of my upbringing and everything that I am. So it's just been such a blessing not only to be able to play at University of Maryland and then kind of go out in the real world for a little while, but to make my way back in my early 30s and be on the coaching staff and ultimately live out a dream come true and get to share that passion now with younger players and fans and the DMV.
He's just a Maryland guy. I mean, he's the epitome of a Maryland guy. I mean, he's a huge Oriole fan, he's a huge Commander fan, he's a huge Caps fan.
He's more than just a coach, I could definitely say.
He's a great leader in terms of he understands that athletes have to be more than just their number and what they can do on the field.
I spent the majority of my pro career actually hurt, getting back-to-back arm surgeries in 2003 and 2004. I think that time kind of taught me a lot about adversity. And I try to talk to these guys today about your identity is not tied in baseball.
He cares about you, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, not just as a baseball player, but as a person as well. It's more to it than just finding identity in baseball. You can find identity in being the best version that you can of yourself.
Like, his family is always around. He surrounds himself with really positive people.
Learning from him and just listening on conversations he has about, you know, motor preferences and stuff like that is super interesting to me.
He's got the morals, what you want in a man to become who you want to be, and then he's got motor preferences.
Motor preferences.
Motor preferences.
Motor preferences
has made it possible to take into account the individuality of each athlete.
Send your kid to Maryland if they want to master hitting, because you are on the path, you are doing it.
Motor preferences are basically your unique body language.
The way that your body wants to move.
Putting players in positions that their bodies wanted to be in.
We're the only university in the world that does this. I'm one of the only people in the United States that even knows about motor preferences.
Swope is the best hitting coach in the country, in the world. I don't think there's anybody better than him. And that's why you have major leaguers paying to come and hit with him. They're flying in, and that day hitting with him, and then flying out that day, doing everything they can to hit with him.
Right now, it's something really special at Maryland. Swope, he's starting to introduce it to some pro baseball teams, but at the moment, it's strictly Maryland baseball. They know what they're talking about with this stuff, and I think motor preferences is something that's going to be pretty prominent at the big league level pretty soon.
With motor preferences coming into play, it has taken my game from here to here.
Fly ball hit pretty well. A 3-run home run for the Maryland Terrapins. There's DH Jordan Crosland.
You see how it's had such an effect on the hitters and how we went from a decently hitting school to a powerhouse.
Couldn't be more excited. The future is bright, whether that's from a facility standpoint, from a development standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, from a fan standpoint, from an engagement and excitement. You know, we couldn't be more proud.
He wants to be the one to take this program to Omaha. You know, it's the only step that this program hasn't achieved. There's been multiple big leaguers. There's a ton of guys in the minor leagues. They've been to supers. They've hosted a regional now. So there's one last step, you know, and I think Coach Swope's the guy to do it.